Brand new fragrance by Boadicea the Victorious is here, and this one is called Noble 2025 version. Now, of course, if you are a fan of rose perfumes, and specifically damask rose, it's a very full, juicy type of a rose. I think this is a review that you're going to want to watch. Now, I'm a huge fan of Boadicea the Victorious. The ones that I wear on the regular quite religiously are Consort and Opal. If you saw how much liquid I have left in my Opal bottle and you knew how strong it was, you would know that I have been wearing the heck out of that one. I truly love it. However, we have a brand new release here, and this one just dropped, and I'm going to leave all of the relevant links down below if you're interested in checking it out, purchasing it, getting a sample, so on and so forth. This one is called Noble. I do want to take a moment to really spotlight some of the beautiful facets of the presentation, which I personally love that the brand has started doing this, and they do this with some fragrances like Hanuman and Opal, and now this one where they have the different animals, and here it looks like there's an eagle on the front. They haven't always done that. Historically, it has this beautiful, almost kind of looks like a mandala. It's like a geometric pattern, and it looks quite nice, but I really do love these graphics that kind of differentiate one fragrance from the other. Let me tell you about this fragrance that just came out. First of all, very powerful sprayer on this fragrance. There's so much rose. This is rose, magnolia, iris. There's jasmine, there's ambergris. There's a bit of amber in the dry down as well. And you know, I am a fan of rose. I love the note of rose. I think it conveys sensuality and romance, and just smelling this one, it reminds me of some of my favorite fragrances out there. I think the first perfume that actually came to mind with this one is maybe Narciso Rodriguez for her, kind of like that rose, ambery, patchouli thing, maybe with a hint of spice. And I was also thinking about, I know it's going to sound crazy, but Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. So it kind of has like that warm, rich, sensual, yet sophisticated, mature, elegant rose vibe to it. But you also have those clean white florals in here. So you do have a little bit of peony as well, kind of merging forces with the rose, but then you also have the jasmine, the orris, the magnolia, which also adds to the tranquility of the perfume. But there's a really interesting floral palette in this heart. And, you know, I think if it weren't for all of the other flowers that are in here, it would have been very linear, it would have been very transparent, and it would have been on the simplistic side of things. But there's this complexity to it that I think is so beautiful. So this is a very elegant night out type of a perfume. It's certainly for a confident woman, and although I believe it's marketed as unisex, I'm letting you know right now, it would smell divine on a woman. It's definitely the type of perfume you wear in the evenings when you're out and about, when you want to make a good impression, you want to put your best foot forward. Maybe you're dressed to the nines and you know you want to impress with your outfit, with your elegance, with your strut, your gait, the way that you're walking, the way that you carry yourself. And you want to top it all off with the most beautiful olfactory accessory. This is the perfume to accomplish that. You know, I think Boadicea the Victorious makes a lot of other really incredible fragrances, some of which are on the light, airy, and citrusy side of things. Some of them are on the dark and mysterious side of things. Some of them are on the really bold and even assertive side of things, like Complex. Complex is another Boadicea fragrance that it's, as the name implies, quite complex. Now, this one, Noble, doesn't necessarily convey nobility. I'm not entirely sure. I am not nobility myself, but I am telling you it conveys elegance, poise, femininity, sophistication. It is such a beautiful fragrance. Now, the standout note in this one is the rose. And I say that because I inherently made comparisons and connections to a few other fragrances, including Coco Mademoiselle, including Narciso Rodriguez for her. And believe it or not, even a little bit of, even though it smells quite different because I did a side-by-side, but even a little bit of a Gucci Rush, which is a perfume that is kind of hard to get nowadays. It's in the red plastic bottle. Presentation is not the greatest, but this is such a beautiful fragrance. It really, really is. It's not one that I would personally wear. Again, just in full transparency, I think it's such a gorgeous scent, but one that I would prefer to smell on a woman. I think for the gentleman, I would recommend Consort. I would recommend Opal. I would recommend even Hanuman if you're a fan of Orange Blossom. And there's a lot of men's Orange Blossom fragrances like Why, or excuse me, not Why, Myself by Yves Saint Laurent. There's also Gucci Guilty is an Orange Blossom based fragrance actually. So I think it's one of those notes where, and again, I don't want to get too sidetracked, but the point being that there's a lot of other fragrances from the brand that I would recommend for the gentleman out there, but there's something about Noble that I think is quite stunning. I do love the presentation. I would have probably put this one in a pink or red bottle. I think green doesn't fully convey what this one smells like just because I get so much of that rose. It's so elegant but romantic at the same time. I think the most significant drawback with Boadicea the Victorious fragrances are that they're so pricey. But if you want just one fragrance that you can make your quote-unquote signature scent, if you have that type of income, or if you are really into perfumes, if you're like me, and you're like a lot of other people who have kind of assumed this as this down the rabbit hole hobby, then I think this is one that you're probably going to end up checking out, especially if you're a fan of rose. If you're a fan of rose, forget about it. This is a must-have in anyone's collection. This is and I will go as far as to say this is a quintessential rose perfume. And there's so many that I love from many different brands. You know, Portrait of a Lady by Frederic Malle is probably one of the best rose perfumes out there. And then Tiziana Terenzi kind of did her own thing. Or the perfume Paolo did his own thing with his sister Tiziana, who owns the brand, with Porpora, which is closely modeled after Portrait of a Lady. And then, of course, we also have Dame Rosa by Liquide Imaginaire. I think that's a beautiful rose perfume as well. So you can go in a few different directions with rose. But if you want a floral bouquet that is not a soliflor, something that also combines magnolia with jasmine, a little bit of orris, hint of amber in the dry down, Noble by Boadicea the Victorious is truly a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I'm in love with it. I can't get enough of it. But it's one of those perfumes that I wouldn't wear personally. So there's that. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment, and starting off with the uniqueness and the overall smell. It is unique. I just made a few baseline comparisons just to kind of put you in the mindset of what to potentially expect from this one, but totally unique and original composition, which is the expectation from Boadicea. Longevity on this stuff, 10 plus hours on my skin, really rich, very strongly concentrated. Projection on this one was also very good. It radiated at an arm's length for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. It became an elbow's length scent right around hour 6 or 7, a skin scent right around hour 9 or 10. It's all going to depend on your skin chemistry, of course. In terms of the versatility, I think this is a great fragrance to wear in any season, but it is giving formal occasion vibes. So there's that. And as far as the presentation goes, the presentation is absolutely beautiful for all Boadicea fragrances. Towards the beginning of this video, I showed you the power of the atomizer. And again, it has the Boadicea logo and engraving on the back with the name of the fragrance engraved on the very bottom here. And it is a heavy bottle, really beautiful presentation. My final verdict on this fragrance is, if you're looking for a brand new rose-based offering, if you're just generally speaking a fan of rose perfumes, and you want to add something new, super high quality, natural smelling, original to your collection, and you want something from a prestigious niche brand, this is the way to go. I'm going to drop a link to this fragrance down below, so please check this out. If you can, get a sample if you can. If it is available in a department store near you, walk in there and try it, please. This is an exceptional fragrance. Brand new drop by Boadicea the Victorious, Noble. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you took something of value from this video. If you did, please do consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and giving this video a thumbs up. It would really mean a lot to me, and I appreciate the viewership very, very much. Thank you. Thanks again for watching. I love you all. We'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.